How about on my dearest YouTube friends, today we are in a new video, and in this case news, but at the same time also a little bit of opinions about what is going on in Sea of Superheroes battle and where we are heading. In this case, we are going to start with one of the most important news and that many people were already waiting for. And friends, the entire month of Raíz de Alianzas is already coming, something that we have been waiting for a long time. With a lot of time, many people, because the gestures of alliance are becoming heavier and more tedious, and in reality, Raíz de Alianza, you simply have to have a couple of little fights with your two companions, so to speak, on the road a little bit with connections is enough to be able to carry out the fights well, and they are super simple. So in this case, Kavan proposes us a whole month of route alliances. They basically start this Monday, June 30, and will end on July 7. Worth the month of raids, they are already here with season 13 of Feats of Alliances. The month of raids is what we expected, a full month of root alliances with a new set of bosses. Week 1 will have the same bosses as the previous round, and each following week there will be a different group, the one that we are going to have different alliance route bosses. These bosses will also be the regular raid bosses for the rest of the saga. Incursion raid chests will have a different reward identity, granting 7-star saga champion selection tokens. In other words, we are going to be able to get a completely free 7-star character with a kind of new currency or something like that. Once the month of Alliance raids ends, we will resume our usual cadence of 3 weeks of Alliance raids and then raids. Okay, so that's going to cost us a lot, and many of us, huh? Season 13 will also include new features. There will be a new set of bosses for all maps except 1 and 2, which we no longer update. There will also be modifier updates that swap for new ones from each level, in addition to eternal modifications of map 8. In the month of the incursions, we have entrance costs, friends. There are 45 costs to enter each alliance network per week. But here, friends, comes the free way that we are going to be able to get these entry costs, that basically there is going to be an individual event mission of the month of raids. Basically, you will have to be defeating war speakers, alliance missions, and battlefields or raids to be able to get those 45 tickets incursion to be able to enter. Apart from this profile image, you are already seeing the bosses in week number 1. The final boss will be Torch, Mana, and the mini bosses will be Gladiator, Hulk, Buster, and Vision to the Cross. But the nightmare ones, which in the end is where, for example, I focus. Well, we are going to have like the previous week, because Nilus as a boss and Rintra Gentle and Sosquatch as mini bosses. But then in week number 2 of the month of the incursions, they are going to change. In the regular ones, we have Invisible Woman, where the size of Invisible Woman's shield is reduced by 90%, so it's easier to kill him there. We have the mini bosses of Moondragon Spider, Mame Morales, and Suris Spice Maimolares. Let's see how they do it so it's not annoying, but those from Raíz de Alianza, we have Super Sleuth as the final boss that basically reduces the power collection to 50%, thank goodness, because otherwise we would have to dodge those attacks all the time, and the mini bosses we have Jaws in Vain or Bonnie Mauno. Let's see, we are going to put the original Ebony Mouse Spot and Spider-Man Supreme. That is, basically Spot leaves it the same if Spider-Man Supreme basically no longer applies improvements if he carries any in medium attacks. Therefore, the explosive damage of Survival 2 or the override of the sights is reduced. Okay, so more skills have been taken away from him, and with Ebony Mode, the degeneration effects are reduced by 50%. Thank goodness, because we remember that this one fails and may be bothering us. In week number 3 in the regulars, we have La Mole. Basically, this disability is no longer simulating armor breakage, so we are going to remove the 15 Rocky Stones with the mini bosses of Champion Molman that reduces the regeneration effect by 100% and its increases of third regeneration by 100. Its worth full radar on that takes away his face mix Soledad, a characteristic that reduces by 100%, and in the Nightmare ones, we have Airwalker as the boss, which reduces the power to air track crossfights and Galatus Herald improvements 100%. It also reduces the cosmic power guarantee and dark tide damage, we remember, which is the advantage that this character gives you that may be destroying us. Mini bosses, we have Mango, who no longer becomes unstoppable and is no longer immune to earth armor breakage that reduces the power of rock field damage by 75%. Let us remember that he has this. When he gains power, he starts it, and until he finishes all the power bars, it is not removed. And Destructor, who does not have an unstoppable ability while he is cast, I no longer know any Harmonola breakage, and the power of that personal breakage effect is reduced by 100%. Not bad at all. Finally, in week number 4 in the regulars, we have Mr. Fantastic. That evasion is reduced by 75% Invisible Woman, Anto Shaman, and Malamole as mini-bosses. But in the Nightmare Raid route maps, we have Dr. Dunn, who is no longer immune to demolition, and the mini-bosses are Super Stool to Nilus and Walker. We will see how it goes. We have new role group champions that in this case we are not going to read. You have the forums in case you want to see them, and rewards. We have Alliance Route, have a different final boss chest rewards identity than the usual route weeks, the URA of the usual chest of these tokens that are selected from the 7SA saga that we can exchange in the Glory Store. Here it seems that it is the new currency that we are going to be able to obtain. In addition, you will have one each week and others the final bosses and claim their chests so you can redeem it for one of two rewards. 4 tokens for a 7-star saga champion sector with the featured champions to choose from 5, Invisible Woman, Captain Marvel, Mr. Sinister, Ultron, and who is the Earthman, who I don't know, Nightcrawler. So it goes. Basically, these are the ones we are going to be able to get, which is almost the same as the Ultron saga, Mr. Sinister, which for me is the best, although we will already do an analysis to see how it goes. And then also, what else does it tell us? We are going to translate to Spanish. There we have it. Give me a little moment that it stays silly. There we have it. Or you can use a singular token to trade for 7 stars. Then we also have a vision of Regular Alliance Season 13, which we will see in the future because they are the new modifiers and the new bosses. Okay, this has been a little long for me, this thing about the Alliance Raid Month topic, but I wanted to make it very clear. Let's go to the next news, friends. If Season 59 of Alliance Wars is coming, here we have to pull our ears because, friends, look what it tells us here. Welcome to another record behind the great things, which is Season 58, where we had the map reduced. We're back. That's our usual schedule. This means that the map will be familiar again for friendly players. It can't be. Kavan has done it again, put honey on our lips, and took it away from us in the next season. You can't be friends, that is, with how easy it was and how good the issue of only fighting in the Alliance War and getting out of the Alliance War, that you avoided a lot of problems. The only thing is like that, the fight, you had to know how to do it, that you had to do it against that, but much better than facing 8 players. I'm not going to talk much about the rest. We have new wireless, new bans, but the important thing here is the forum. He himself is already burning about this issue because basically people want that alliance map back with only 10 fights and everyone has to do a fight. And basically people are complaining and they want him to come back for friends. The important thing here is that there is a response from Kavan that basically, let's see if we find it. I don't know if it is on page 2 or page 3. All these are complaints towards itself, towards the Alliance War itself. Return to the previous map. As I mentioned in another thread, a survey will be sent to those who played this season. Whether you like the new format or not, please complete it and share your comments so we can better understand how players of different levels experienced it. So important, we will have a survey from Kaban to find out if we like this alliance map that we had 10 fighters. Honestly, I've never played Alliance Wars, but I've never liked that game mode. I found it totally disgusting and toxic in all the alliances I have been competitive with since they gave a lot of importance to Alliance Wars. They gave me a lot. Very lazy. In fact, there was a time when I didn't do Alliance Wars and just did feats. And in this case, well, with the new map, personally, that ring of competitiveness in Alliance Wars has awakened me again because you simply had to go in and analyze the fight, analyze the nodes against the counter, and outside friends, you had to have a fight and you got out of the fight. Those force nodes were well armed. There were some that did. It is true that the nodes were a little difficult to find counters, but I honestly like them much more. What has woken me up to compete in those alliance wars again? And in fact, my alliance has loved it more, this model of 10 fights rather than having 8 fights per tempo per path. Okay, and apart, especially for friendly officers in the alliance wars, since we are talking about Platinum 3 and up surely, because it entails a map programming, an organization. Then for the officers, it was a total plaque to have to be analyzing the players who were in alliance, the opponents, and send the pots there by finding the counter. Now there are 10 characters directly, find the best counter and send them to you, and you have to make them one shot or at most 2 failures. So I don't know, friends, leave me the comments you think about the topic of the new war map, well, new map. That we're back on the old map, to me, the truth seems like a total disgusting thing. I like the old map a lot better. Well, the map, not so to speak, of 10 characters and not the shit that we are going to play all this new season. So, friends, leave it in the comments. What do you think? And don't be influenced by my thinking. Okay, I really want to know what do you think if you like this new 10 fighter map or you like the old one better, which is what we are going to play this season 59. Once this is over, friends, we are going to Human Torch because let's remember that tomorrow Cyber Weekend comes and later we are going to talk about the possible offers, the possible LIC that has been released about the rune offers. But first, we are going to analyze a little thing. Basically, there are the forums. Many CCPs have already come out testing Human Torch in rank 4. And basically, people wonder if it's too strong to be a 4 out of 7 star range, meaning to be 7 star. And why am I isolating this? Because friends, let's remember that at the Heart of Fair event, they said by Kavan that the game was not yet prepared for a Hercules, for a Cosme Rider, or for a hulking of 7. But we have characters that are stronger, who are new or old characters that return from 7 stars. But characters even stronger than those Hercules, Ecosnigos, Rider, and Hulklingvel and Torxiomana himself have been demonstrated with CCB contents. For example, this Agashi video. How is he bursting with that Nova Flame to Thanos Dedels, for example? I don't know, guys. He looks like a piece of beast to me. As I always say, Human Torch was a character that I thought we were going to see in a long time, 7 stars. And in this case, they are going to put it behind a payment wall, which is July 4th. He is a character at the end that does not require duplication to contain that ultra-massive damage he has through the disadvantages of action and Yamanova and to awaken Suple Lucha. That double is not necessary, so the character is quite good. Leave me some comments on what you think of this Human Torch that is now available for 7 and above all. Because there is no Hercules, there is no Cosme or Rider, there is no Hulk, there is no Scorpion. In the end, they have brought out stronger characters. And for me, Antor Selman is a very strong character in rank 4 now, so we are going for the LIC of the offers that they surely give them in the end. Where did you get into this video? And friends, there you are seeing them on screen. Be careful because this has to be taken with a lot of tweezers. It is a LIC that I have found in various groups where quite reliability is being given, but the truth is that until tomorrow, July 4th, we will not know if these rune packs are true or not. Is this worth it? Let's remember that these runes can be obtained free to play if you have managed to be farming. I remind you that you have a video on the channel explaining how to farm more than 10,000 runes a month so that you can prepare for these events. This July 4th is already going, it's late, but for the next Cyber Weekend, you have plenty of time. Let's analyze it, friends. For 750 runes, they are going to be giving us a total of 500 Titanic Chipmunks, which is not bad at all. 5, sorry. Crystals of the Braves Nexus, and I think it is optional, so it seems we are selecting because I think they divide between 3, or that seems okay. And basically, we can choose between those 2005th Chipmunks of the Titan, which I recommend if they become. These deals those 5 Nexus Braver crystals, and you can exchange it between 7500, 7 cheapers, 28500 grade 4 alpha, 7 grade 3 alpha, and 7 grade 6 basic tastings. And if you can't exchange it for 6 grade 6 class and 12 grade 5. Here the truth is that if this is true, this offer of 750 runes is very good, and I would lean more because there is the Titanic. In the end, that's where the real prices are. I suppose this will have to be unlocked. Nor will it be necessary to move from 750 AM to 3,000, then to 7,000, to 6,750, and then to 7,500. And this is the bonus one, okay? Surely later we will have the one with 3,000 runes that there is already something here that I don't like, and that squeaks, that I am going to be criticizing if it's true that this comes out tomorrow. And they are giving us elements from the Fantastic Saga that we remember that this is very limited to the characters of that saga. I really wouldn't like to be included in those offers. For example, in this case, they would give us a 7-star crystal, the saga, and 25 stones for those 25 to raise the level of uniqueness. Then they also give you a rank gem, 2 generic rank 3 and 10 brave nexus crystals, or choose from 5,000. Is that in Awakening from 7 a gem from rank 1 to rank 2 and 10 unique stones for any character? Here the truth is, let's hope it's not real because this does seem like a pretty big cost override to me. Those 3,000 runes for a 7 character in the saga or for that rank 2 to rank 3 gem. Brave Magnesians. The truth is that we don't know what level this belongs to, if it is Valian, Paran, or whatever. This has simply been leaked. This is valid in the 6750 runes. We are already seeing here the jackpot that is that range 3 at rank 4 gem, or to be able to select either a Titan of the Nexus or a what is that puts or character selector. The truth here is that if it really is 1750, I would catch it either way. In the end, a range 4, which in this case is random in the form of a crystal, would be quite suitable. Then we have the offer of 7,500 runes that here we are already increasing the level further. We are already seeing that maybe he is a selector, maybe he doesn't look, they put him at Valiant's level. A Titan of the Nexus, that would be spectacular. 15 Brave Links and 30 unique stones from 7 to any character. 2 Nexuses of 79 basic, 6 Alphas of 39 degree. 6 of class characterizer and 6 of 5. Okay, and then the other option is a Titan, a 7 character from the saga, and 50 unique stones from the saga. Here friends, I would honestly stick with the first one. If it's really going to come out this morning, I'll stick with the first one, a Nexus Titan, 15 Nexus Braves, and 30 unique stacks that you can put on any 7 plus character. Then below we surely have the one that is extra. It is worth the offer that is extracted from runes, in which they are giving us for 6750 runes, which is tier 8. So we will have to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and this will be unlocked. Therefore, the number of runes that we are going to need is quite large. If this LIC is true, well, there are 750 runes for tier 8, which is the last one, and they would be giving us a generic gem from rank 3 to rank 4, which is quite good, and a selector of 2000 paint is 24. That there, you can select the character you want. In the end, you have to go through all the runes. You are going to first buy this one, then unlock the 3000 one, then the 6650 one, then the 7500 one, and you return here. You reselect it, okay? And finally, we have the web track, friends. This is already paid. Here, yes, you have to be paying. By buying the offers, you will get points, and you are going to do week 7 a gem session from rank 3 to rank 4, random totally gem session from rank 2 to rank 3, a Titan, 15 unique stones of 7 stars, and 30 from the saga. The truth is that they are quite good prices for runes, but I would have removed those factors from the saga, which is not that important, but it seems that they are good free-to-play prices, because in the end, you spend this on the runes that you have been obtaining during these months, so it's pretty good. Leave me the comments you think, and let's hope this is reality. So, friends, with this, I say goodbye, and see you tomorrow for the offers, the analysis of the offers, and the opening of this July 4th offers. I hope you liked the video, and see you in other videos. Bye-bye!